Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, April the 26th, 2018. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro, micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our daily trade plans. Nobody can tell you what this market's going to do. Therefore, we have two main hypotheses or scenarios or trade plans based on who takes control, the buyers or sellers. And then we have two alternative hypotheses, which are our expansion hypotheses for when we go into a trending type scenario. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, please send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to during the pre-market session, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday, our main hypothesis was a open auction in range, a push up into the overnight high, take out the overnight high, and then find responsive sellers and rotate us down towards that 2609 and a quarter to the 2604.50. Find buyers and rotate us back up and close somewhere in around the 24 area. Hypo 2 was a open auction in range, a push down into the 16, failure to break out or a false breakout, and then rotate up and continue the auction up back towards the overnight high, the over underline, and a late day push up into that 26.50.50, which is the TPO single from the breakdown day that we had on Tuesday. That's basically what we got. The fifth alternative was actually pretty close too, because the alternative hypo was just a chop in the lower distribution and an inside day. It wasn't quite that because we did break the low, but we did spend most of the day chopping between the two distribution zones in the lower part of the trend day. And again, you can go and check these hypotheses out on my YouTube. Well, actually, you can't yesterday because I screwed up the video. Okay, so taking a look at the news. We did have initial jobless claims came out better than expected. Core durable goods, came out 0.0, expected 0.5. Durable goods orders were better than expected. Durable excluding defense was better than expected. Goods orders non-defense was a miss. It was really kind of a mixed bag, and we didn't really get that much reaction. We popped up, I think, up into the 53.50 area and came right back down to the open of the bracket. Going forward, in 55 minutes, we've got Bloomberg Consumer Confidence, and then 10:30 natural gas. 11 o'clock, we've got Fed Composite Index and manufacturing. And then 1 o'clock, we've got the one-year note. There really isn't a lot of scheduled news today. But like I mentioned yesterday, today is another big earnings day. Let me just refresh this, see if some of these have come out. I still don't have some of them. So, last night, let's take a look at last night because we did have some big names. Why is it not? Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be the 25th. It's not going to let me go back then. Anyway, before the market today, we've got Domino's came out better than expected, UPS better than expected, AbbVie better than expected, waiting on MGM, General Motors better than expected, PepsiCo, American Airlines. For the most part, okay, you can see that all the earnings have been pretty good. Now, after the market today, we've got the big ones. We've got Amazon, Microsoft, Intel, Baidu, United Steel, Western Digital, Starbucks, First Solar, Expedia. It's a whole big slew of some major, especially Amazon, Microsoft, Intel, and Baidu. And everything's been pretty positive. We got a nice little bounce off of the news last night. Taking a look at the overnight market. We had a nice pop on the news, kind of went sideways, drifted back down into the RTH session, okay, held the LVN, and then we rotated back up, and they're accepting price higher. The inventory overnight is about 75% net long in time and price. So I am looking for balance. Again, we're seeing these ugly, fat double distributions. When I say ugly, they're flat on, there's no real, whoops, there's no real, definitive HVN in each of the distributions, and we've been seeing a lot of that. So they come up and they explore price, okay, or come down and explore price, but they really don't accept any singular, price point to create a distinctive HVN. Our VPOC overnight is 52.50. We're trading just under the 54. 75, a little bit of a weak high, and I'm expecting continuation up as my main hypotheses today, but I'm looking for a balancing and a move down. You can see that the VPOC from yesterday was right back in line with the last couple sessions in around the 32 to 33 area. So, we are accepting this 33 area and moving back towards the composite microcomposite VPOC up at the 57 area. But let's just take a step back. I always like to start my day taking a look at a simple candlestick chart. I do this for a reason. I don't want to get any particular bias on a shorter time frame. So what I do is I start with a monthly. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. I'm simply looking at where we are in terms of the longer time frame trends, and then I'm drilling down into the smaller time frames to see if they concur or if we're seeing some type of a trend change. The monthly, 14 months of one time framing up. February, we violated the one-time framing. March, we came back and held the 9, and so far we're holding the 9 again after testing below on all 3 months. But the trend overall is still very much intact. We don't even violate the trend in the monthly until we get down into the 24.6275. Going to the weekly, we were looking at a possible trend change. We still are, but they are fighting this, and we've come back and we've tested again this week by moving above the 9, and right now we're trading below it. So we do have a possible trend change on the weekly. I think we're finding that this move up is rather weak. After the big move down. On the daily, we were starting to see this trend pattern, and we were looking like it was going to trend down, but here we are testing the 54 area and trying to get back above the 20 and see if we can get back above the 9. Going to the intraday, the 4-hour. 4-hour, we were seeing the likelihood of a trend. I talked about the technical gap and the Mr. Sneakies and the likelihood that we'd come up and close that technical gap. We've closed that gap, and we're trying to get back above the 9 and the 20 right now. And so watching this 55 area could give us a push up quickly into that 57 area. Going to the 30-minute, you can see that we are back above the 9 and the 20, and we're starting the possibility of getting a upward trend. Now we do have a naked cross down here at the 47. If we do not hold that 50 area, I'm looking for this 47 as a primary target below right now for a couple different reasons. So let's look at the structure of the market. We simply are sitting inside of this balance area, this value area of this longer time frame microcomposite that starts from the breakdown day. So we go up and we put in the new all-time. Remember that this all-time high is unequalized. What I mean by that is we actually have a high in the Globex at 28.83 and a quarter, adjusted for the June contract. But our RTH high is 28.80 and a quarter. This is not going to hold. At some point in time, we're going to come back and test that 83 and a quarter in the RTH session. When, I don't know. We've been away from it for quite a while. But we broke down, we came down, and we went down to that 25.35 and a quarter. It was actually 25.29 in the Globex. And then we popped right back up, and it looked like we were going to get the continuation back up into the next big target above at the 28.32, but we failed in the 2800s, came back, and then since then, okay, we've been chopping inside of this value area and unable to hold below or above. And currently, right now, the VPOC, okay, is 26.57 and a quarter, and we're coming back up to that after coming down. And you can see we just keep testing through this. So this is still, although it's huge in terms of the width of the balance, we still remain in this balance. 2-day microcomposite VPOC down here at 33 at the VPOCs for the last couple sessions. So you can see we're getting price acceptance there. They are accepting that, and we've moved away from the 2-day balance, and we're coming back up into the main balance, and that's going to be our main target above today. And if we can accept this price, then I'm looking for a continuation up into the 68.50 and possibly up to the week open and the year open. The year open 26.75.75, the week open 26.83. So we do have some targets if we come up and accept this 57 and a quarter. So what am I looking at for today? Let's get our Globex numbers over here. Our overnight high currently right now is 54.75. Our overnight low is down at 39.50. Our 20 period daily ATR target is our daily ATR 20 period full session average true range is 46.60. So based off of the overnight low, our upside daily ATR target is actually all the way up here at 86. Our daily ATR target based on the overnight high is down here near the weekly ATR down, which is down at the 25.9850. What does that mean? It means that right now we have the capacity, if we hold below that 54.75, to get down into the 2500s, or if we hold the overnight low, okay, we have the capacity to go up and hit that 86 area and come back up into this cluster here. My key line in the sand is going to be the 77 and a quarter. That gets us above the year open and a key CLVN, and then I'd be looking for a move up into the week open and up towards that 86.90 area. So in terms of hypotheses, one more number. We're going to move the VPOC for the Globex over 52.50. So currently right now, we're going to be opening up out of range, out of value, and I'm looking for a open auction out of range. We've got to do our half gap back. So we're currently, I have to approximate this because I don't know exactly where we're going to open, but 53.75 We're trading right now. Our close was 44. So our half back is 48.75. And that's approximate. It'll probably have to be adjusted. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for an open auction out of range. We're likely going to take out the overnight high right away because we're going to be right there. But I'm looking for wide opening swings. I'm looking for a move down to test the 48.75 to 45. And then, I'm looking for responsive buyers to step in here and rotate us back up towards that 57.25 as the main target today, and back towards this TPO single that we left from Tuesday up at the 66, and chop around in this area. I don't think we're going to get a lot of move beyond that today, maybe up into the 86, but I'm expecting to close somewhere up here in around the 57.25. That's hypo 1. We might get a little bit of a push, a bigger push down into the overnight low on hypo 1. My over underline is 36.50, and I'm expecting that to hold and hold the month open at the 26.35 on hypo 1. But open hypo 1, open auction out of range, take out the overnight high, rotate down towards the half gap, and then somewhere between the half gap and the range, possibly a little bit lower into the overnight low. Buyer step and rotate us up and come up into the 57 and chop around in the 57 and close somewhere around there. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2 is going to be a open auction out of range, a move up into the 60 area, maybe even 66, but finding sellers, rotate us back down into the 45 to 48 area, chop in here, and then fail and push down back into this 33 open, or VPOC, I should say, and then basically close down here back in that 33, 32 area. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3, which is going to be a possibility as equally weighted to 1 and 2, is going to be a gap and go day. A open auction out of range, a push down into the half gap, the 49 area, 48, failure to close the gap, and then strong move up through into the 60-50, chop here, and then get continuation and push up into the year open. And there's a 3-day microcomposite VPOC where we tried to hold value up here. The last time we were up right here, right here, and closing somewhere up here in the 73 to 75 area. That is hypo 3. And then hypo 4, which is unlikely, is open auction out of range, a move down into the 40 to 35, chop in this area, fail the over underline, and then push down, okay, and come down into testing this key line in the sand below at 1850, and a possible late day probe down into this 0450 as a complete take back day. But that is highly unlikely. So that's my main hypotheses for ES. Taking a quick look at gold. Gold continues to come down and balance. 3-day balance, 4-day balance is at the 26. We continue to hold this key line in the sand here at 1390.90, 1319.90. This is the key level. If we can hold this, come up and accept price again at the 26, I'm looking for a move back up into the 29 and a push to the other side of this balance up here at 34.50, and then basically chopping between the 29 and the 34. If we do not hold the 26 and we come down at the 19 level, I don't think it's going to hold this time. I'd be looking for a move down into this 1306.40 right now, and a possible move down into the composite VPOC, which goes all the way back to 2008. Any break above 45, the targets above are 37.60 and 41. Very small chance that we'd make a move today up to 47, but 47 is the next big target above. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.